What's up, Mortgage Coach community? Dave Savage here, and I am pumped. I've got Brittany Hodak again. What's up, Brittany?
Hey, good to see you. How's it going, my friend?
It's good to see you. I am excited to see you in a couple days in Nashville.
Yes. Yeah, I got the big Churchill event coming up.
Yeah. Thank you for joining me at that. So Mortgage Coach community, I am bringing in Brittany again. She was the founder of the Superfan company. From my perspective, she just has a great message around how to turn clients into raving fans and something even bigger. You know, super fan, call it what you want, but think of the people that are the most valuable people in your business life. How can we systematically, consistently do that? And then the other thing I love from watching your recent keynote, you talked about how creating super fans doesn't necessarily cost more money. You know, it's the things that just use creativity and amplify your humanity that really create super fans.
Yeah, and I always like to say the best marketing is free because you can't pay somebody to love you, right? It's like being in a relationship. Like the things that you spend the money on are not going to be the things that matter. The things that matter are the things that really show people that you care and that you're going above and beyond to make sure they have an amazing experience. So building customers is the same way. And I always say a super fan is a customer data we all in our businesses, right? As customers that create more customers for us.
Yeah. So by the way, it pixelated there just a little bit. I don't think it impacted the quality, but just, do you hear me okay right now, Brittany?
I do, yeah.
Okay, perfect. So
do we do that again, or are we okay?
No, I think we're good. We're good. So guys, I want to help you as the mortgage professionals, especially as a local-based, referral-based mortgage professionals, kill it. And there's just a lot of little things that you do that could be fine-tuned. Sometimes just an email can change things. So Brittany, if you don't mind teeing that up, you don't know if you want to show the slides, fine. But you told a story when I watched a recent keynote about a brand that's just doing simple little things with text email that are creating super fans. Mind expanding on that and telling that story a little bit?
Yeah, of course. So I always say every piece of communication in your business is marketing, right? Everything you do. And a lot of times, we think about the sort of big picture, above the fold stuff as marketing, but we don't think about the little things. But in reality, every single email you send, every text message, every social post, that's all marketing. And if you've done a good job of crafting your story and figuring out your brand, then every piece of communication you have can tell that same story, right? Can be a part of that same message. So things as small or seemingly small as what you call the buttons on your website. What is your contact button? Does it say contact, or does it say connect? Or does it say let's talk? Or does it say book me? I mean, there's a million different words, and you think about, like, what is that call to action? How are you signing off your emails? How are you responding to text messages? What is your version of thank you? Like, what are all these little things that, again, on their own, little snapshots in time might not seem important, but when you put them all together and when you figure out your brand voice and your brand story, they all become part of this larger narrative that's playing into the customer experience.
Yeah, and so I love the way you tee that up. It's like beneath the fold, and reminder to everything above the fold is what you should, like, you're looking at something on a website, it's what shows up without scrolling. And I think when we announced our testimonial, our testimonial contest, we talked about scroll stopping. So we're talking about things beneath the fold. And here's the deal, guys. You are sending out emails to your clients. Sometimes it's the email that you send out to deliver a total cost analysis. It's the email or the text that you're sending out to deliver that, hey, here's how to apply for a loan with me, the client questionnaire. Or what about the email after they've applied that you're sending it? Or like when you're sending needs lists. All of those are beneath the fold, kind of behind the scenes touch points. So tell us this Chewy story, maybe show some slides, tell any story you want, but help us improve those touch points and do a better job.
Yeah, well, so one way that when I do trainings, I tell people to think about it is think of every piece of communication you have as either neutral, positive, or negative, right? People are looking for red flags everywhere. So a red flag can be something as seemingly minor to you as like, oh, I spelled their name wrong, it was a typo, who cares? But to that person, they see, oh, they didn't even take the time to get my name right, right? Like that's a negative impact to that person. So thinking about, is what you're sending neutral, positive, or negative? And obviously anytime you want to, you want to add value. Think about if you go into like a restaurant. It's a beautiful restaurant, the food looks amazing, it's got all these stars. If you see the waitress has dirty fingernails, like that's a red flag, right? That's something that if you were gonna rank like the top 300 things that you cared about at a restaurant, you might not think about like, oh, what if somebody has dirty fingernails? But you see it and it's like, whoa, red flag, what's going on here, right? So you've gotta think about all the little things that if you were gonna sit down and list them, you may not think about, but they matter. And all of those things matter because they're part of the customer experience. And if you wanna be in the business of creating super fans, which are again, customers that are referring more customers to you, you've gotta make sure you're nailing it everywhere you can. And a good way to sort of shore up and make sure that you're building up all the net positives that you can, so that when you have a neutral or maybe even a negative, you've already built up like all of these positive credits, is in the way you're communicating in your emails. So a company that does an amazing job of this is Chewy. I'm going to share a story with you guys that I typically share in my keynotes. And I love talking about Chewy when I do keynotes because every single time somebody comes up and shares their Chewy story with me. This is a company that's absolutely nailing it. For those of you who don't know, they're a pet company, and they have done an incredible job. They were founded, I think, in 2010 or 2011, so this is still a relatively new company, but they were acquired for over $3 billion by PetSmart a couple years ago, based solely on the incredible job that they're doing in customer service and fulfillment. So not only do they do an incredible job at their core business of delivering food, or what most people think would be their core business of selling goods and services, but they're a real people company. In the same way that like Southwest Airlines has said, we're going to be a people company, and planted a stake in the ground and said, we care about people. That's what Chewy does. They care about pets and their owners, and they do an amazing job of showing you that they care about pets and their owners and everything that they do. And I said before, I love talking about Chewy on stage because every single time I do, it doesn't matter if there's 10 people in the audience or 5,000 people in the audience, people come up to me afterwards and they tell me their Chewy stories. I've had people tell me about Chewy sending them flowers when their pet passed away, sending boxes of toys for their pet's birthday, sending them cards in the mail because they saw a social media post about like going through a breakup or something happening in their personal life. Like, this is a company that cares. They go out of their way to show their customers that they care. And, you know, it's so smart because if you think about it, we're very emotional about our pets, right? Like, people who are pet owners are super emotional about their pets. And Chewy knows that, and they've done a really great job of figuring out how to tap into that. So what I'm going to show you guys is my first ever interaction with Chewy and how they took me on a journey to become a super fan for $0 in just a few minutes.
Love it. Love it. I want you, as you guys hear this and see this, just think of the emails that you're sending and the conversations you're having. Are they neutral? Are they bad? Are they positive? And my guess is there's some bad ones, and most of it is a sea of neutral in the mortgage business that could all be turned into these positive, super fan creating emails. So let's see it.
All right, let's do it. Okay.
Boom.
Okay, can you see it?
I can.
Okay, perfect. So again, we're gonna spotlight a company called Chewy. These are my puppies, Bandit and Bear, that I got shortly after I moved to Tennessee about 3 years ago. And when we got Bandit and Bear, Bear is the black one, the Rottweiler one. He was having all of these food issues. Like, we couldn't get a food that was right for him. He just kept getting sick over and over and over again. So we were like, back to the vet, trying different foods. And finally the vet recommended this prescription dog food for us. And I did not even know prescription dog food was a thing. I was like, where do you even buy prescription dog food? So I did a Google search. I'd heard of Chewy. I'd seen their TV commercials, and they'd sent me a couple of things in the mail. So I was like, all right, let me give this Chewy website a shot. Now at this point, I was buying pretty much everything on Amazon because I'm one of those spoiled Prime shopper that just buys everything from my phone with one click. So, you know, this was like a big deal for me, right? To like look for a new place to buy something because I was so used to having everything auto delivered from Amazon. So sure enough, this company, Chewy, has the food. So I thought, great. There was a little marker on the website that said, if you buy this, you've got to send the prescription authorization for your pet. So I ordered the food. And this is the actual email that I sent. He's super simple. Hello, below attached, please find the prescription authorization for this order number. Thanks, Brittany. It was the entire email. I got this email back in about 5 minutes. Hi there, Brittany. Thank you so much for sending Bear's prescription directly. I've applied it to your order and everything's set. Once it ships out, you'll get an email confirmation and a tracking number. If you need anything at all, give us a bark. We're here 24/7 to lend a helping paw. Ciao, ciao for now, Kelly. So they do a few things really well in this email. The first one that really sort of stopped me as I was reading this, you see in the first sentence, thank you for sending Bear's prescription directly. They mentioned my dog by name, right? That's pretty cool. They care about my dog. I didn't even mention Bear's name when I sent the email because I thought I was just, sending it off to, I don't know, some robot or something, but they mentioned Bear directly. They let me know exactly what to expect, and then they use fun language in the email, right? We're here 24/7 to lend a helping paw. Ciao, ciao for now. So it's like, oh, that's kind of cute, right? By the way, this was on the weekend too. This was a Saturday or Sunday that I'd ordered the food because we went to the vet on a Friday. So I was like, wow, that was a really quick reply and so fun, so cute, so on brand. So, think about, there's more slides we're gonna go through, but the example from this email, mentioning by name. So when you're communicating with people, can you mention their spouse's name? Can you mention their children's name? Can you talk about other things that are important to them, even if they didn't directly mention them first? When you show somebody that you remember the names of the people they care about, it tells them that you care about them. And you don't have to remember, you shouldn't just put everything in your CRM. As soon as you meet people, anything they mention, birthdays, anniversaries, names, teams they like, whatever, put it all in your CRM. Don't depend on yourself to remember it because you probably won't. Okay, another thing, ciao, ciao for now. That's a fun sign off. There's a telescope company that I ordered my telescope from a few months ago, and they sign every email clear skies. I'm like, oh, that's so fun, right? Like it's on brand, it's something fun and simple that just helps set the experience for their brand. It helps set the mood and the form of communication. Okay, so this was the email that I got from Kelly. I quickly wrote back, again, super quick email. Perfect, thanks so much for the quick response, Kelly. I really appreciate it, and so does Bear. Have a great day, Brittany. Again, thinking this is like the last of it, right? Nope. Kelly writes back again, almost immediately. Absolutely, it's our pleasure. We're so thankful every day for each and every wonderful member of our Chewy family, like you. Guys, I'm part of a family. Like, how cool is that? I'm part of this family that I didn't even know about, right? So again, like, wow, talk about above and beyond. Please tell Bear we said hello. If you ever happen to snap a cute photo of him enjoying his Chewy goodies, feel free to send it our way. We always love meeting our VIPs, very important paws. All right, so now I'm part of a family and Bear is a VIP, right? Again, this is 1:08. This is 8 minutes after she sent the first email and about 15 minutes after I've placed my first order on this website. Then she adds, we're here 24/7, 365 days a year, rain or shine. If you ever need a helping paw or a listening ear, simply bark in our direction. We're always happy to hear from you. Over and snout, Kelly. So again, this is such a great message that she sends, and it costs $0, right? Like, how much more money did it cost to send this than an email saying, we got your confirmation and we'll ship out your order soon, thanks. No more money, right? And I'm guessing that Kelly had a much better time doing this. I'm guessing that the customer service people who work for Chewy love their jobs because they get to have fun. They get to use these fun puns. So the way that you can apply this in your business is have like a brainstorming day one day. Think of all of the different things that you can have. Like, I'm sure she wasn't coming up with ciao ciao for now and over and snout, in the moment. Maybe she was, but more likely she probably had, a universe of like 10 or 12 things that she could pull from to sign those emails, because she knew sometimes she was gonna, send a bunch of emails to the same person. So take an afternoon or a morning, whenever you do your best brainstorming, and get creative. Think of all the little value add things like that you can have throughout your email, throughout your website, throughout your socials, that are just fun and reinforce what it is that you do. An example that I would recommend for people who work in the mortgage industry, the thing that I think is so incredible about everybody who's out there working in the mortgage industry is you're literally making dreams come true. Like, that's what you're doing for a living. You're helping people make their dreams come true. So think about that and the other things that you would call like your superpower, right? Like what you do better than anybody else, what you love the most about your job. Figure out how to take those little pieces of communication and just like sprinkle them in. It's like I said, everything is either going to be a neutral, it's going to be a positive, or it's going to be a negative. Figure out how you can take something from a neutral, like forgettable email into something that's going to make people smile, make them forward it to their friends, and have it stick in their heads as, wow, that was a really great example of customer service.
I love this, Brittany. Thank you for this. So stop sharing the screen real quick, just so we can see the full picture of you as we close this out.
Okay.
So here's the deal, mortgage coach community. Brittany is awesome. This is an amazing story. This is just a couple minutes of her keynote. So one, if you're a manager or a leader and you want to have Brittany speak at your next sales rally, reach out to her. I've got another takeaway, but before I give that takeaway, Brittany, what's the best way for the mortgage coach community to be part of your community and get more value from you?
Oh, thank you. Well, you guys can find me at my website. It's just BrittanyHodak.com. I've got a free ebook there you can download. It's called the Superfan Wave. It's all about how to do these little things so that you're adding up to lots and lots of net positives over the time. And can I share one more fun story? Something that just happened to me a couple of days ago that I thought was super smart.
Heck yeah, bring it on.
All right, so I have a 2-year-old, and my husband and I took him to our HOA's trunk or treat, where, you know, everybody like decorates the trunk of their cars and the kids like walk from one to the other to get candy. So the very last trunk was this haunted house. And I'm at Brittany Hodak on all the socials if you want to see a picture. I just put all the pictures up yesterday. But there's this haunted house that's got like spider webs and it's super spooky. And right next to it, I see a realtor sign that has been modified to say, instead of home for sale, haunted home for sale. And so the woman who was sitting next to the car, I said, is that your sign? Are you Susie? Are you a realtor? And she said, yes, I am. And she was like all dressed up like a witch. And I was like, that's so cool. And she's like, yeah, I love selling homes, even haunted ones. And she's got like all this fun stuff around it for the kids. Doing something like that is so smart, right? Talk about authentic, memorable marketing. I'm not even in the market for a realtor right now, but I promise you that's something that I'm going to remember, and I'm going to remember her name. I took pictures of it. I'm going to tell people about it. I've already, like I said, shared it on all my socials. I'm going to do a blog post about it, because when you can find a way to authentically connect what you do to what's happening around you, in this case, Halloween and the trunk or treat, and you can add value to the community. Again, in this case, it was by having this really cool display and passing out candy. That's how you win at marketing, right? That's how you do stuff that's memorable and authentic. And I don't know how common that is out there. I've never seen a realtor do a haunted house display before. But what I do hope is that lots of my friends who are in the loan industry and who are in the mortgage industry and the title industry and the real estate industry, I hope a bunch of you guys make like really badass gingerbread houses for Christmas, that you're out there at some sort of community event with your gingerbread house, because it was just such a fun, smart, memorable thing to do. And that's the kind of marketing, again, it didn't, I don't know how much she spent on her display and her costume, but not a lot, no more than she would have spent to decorate a trunk. But she did it in a way that was authentic to her brand, that tied into what she was all about. And that's the kind of memorable message that people are going to take away and say, she seems like a really fun person to work with.
Boom. You said so many smart things. So remember, guys, the best marketing can be free. It's below the fold. So, you know, you're spending money to put things above the fold. What are you doing behind? How are you turning little ordinary things into something special? Use the word authentic, smart, memorable. So all important stuff. Hire Brittany. She's doing a great job. So make sure you let your management know to reach out to her. You know how to get a hold of her. Here's my challenge to the mortgage coach community. So if you're watching this, you're in our YouTube channel, hopefully give it a like. Hopefully you're active in our Facebook group, Mortgage Coach Productivity Mastermind. I would love to see more pictures of realtors and loan officers going above and beyond the norm. So I would love to see you guys share that in the Mortgage Coach group. And then here's what I really want to see from you. I want to see some of those emails that are delivering a total cost analysis get upgraded. Let's put the Brittany Hodak upgrade on those. I want to see some of the emails that are delivering your link to do business with me. Let's see the little things that you guys do. And when you send a needs list, you guys, you have CRMs. You can update a template, and you just need to do some brainstorming with your team to come up with things that are on brand, very authentic. So hopefully we'll see that. Put links down below. Brittany, any last words before we wrap it up?
No, if anybody has any questions about how to do this, let me know. I love being active in the mortgage coach community because remember, it's not just your brand, it's also the brand of the company that you're working with. So you've got to figure out an authentic way to tell your story within the confines of the bigger brand story, because what you don't want to ever have to do is be confusing or send mixed messages to people. So if anybody has any questions about how to do that, ask either right here or in the group, and I'll be happy to talk through some of those.
Well, it is a gift to have you active in our community. So thank you, Brittany. Every time you put a comment or a post, I appreciate it. Have an awesome day, and I'll see you in a few days in Nashville.
Thanks, Dave. Talk soon.
All right, take care.